This church was probably started about 1858. All of us have had something to do with this church. Baptisms, marriages. My husband, his mass was here in 2016, his burial mass.
I grew up about a quarter of a mile from here. We used to walk to church. We walked to church every Sunday morning.
It was a center of the community. I served Mass in this church. I was an altar boy for many years. My dad, my grandpa, my great-grandfather, they were all born and died within, I'd say, a 15-mile radius.
This is where my parents came to church. This is where my grandparents came to church. Not only that, but this is a church that was built by some of our own community people.
I have both set of great-grandfathers here and grandmothers.
My grandfather, great-grandfather, and grandmother.
This is my other great-grandmother and grandfather.
None of this stuff should go away.
Sunday was the day that people came and they visited with each other. They enjoyed each other's company. And it was just a community, a communal thing that offered relief. I think gave them hope to go through another week.
We celebrate St. Peter, St. Paul Day. They would sell food and they'd have baseball games and races. The mayordomos would go out and collect money to upkeep the church. And that's what Carlos has been doing for the last, 20 years.
The mayordomos usually take care of the church. We make sure that we have the funding, pay the lights, pay the electric bill, pay for whatever expenses. But we are having a hard time. The front end of the church is collapsing, and we just don't have the funds to rebuild it. It's in very, very bad shape. We need to do whatever we can. You can see on this side that the wall is coming down. You can see the difference on the cement. You can see it on this window. It's a cement stucco. What they used to do was they put nails in the adobe to hold the stucco onto it. I think a lot of this is just the stucco itself that's bad. In order to really repair the front of it would have to be taken down, a good foundation been put in, and then rebuilt with adobe. It's very sad to see it in the condition that it's in. It can go today, it can go tomorrow. It's not going to be long before. If we don't save it, we're going to lose it.
We're in a different era. The churches used to be full, now they are not. In those days, this church would fill up. The one in San Luis would fill up. In San Acacio and in San Francisco, La Valley. The missions were important and they were supported by the diocese. Now they are not.
And the last Mass that we had very few people attend. The tithing was maybe about $20-some.
We don't have the money to repair something that we love, something that's important to us, something that is part of our culture, that's part of our being.
I think it's in danger of not being preserved.
And I think there's some people that they don't really understand our culture. They don't really understand the value that this places have for us. It's like, this is everything for us.
We may not be the richest, but we are certainly a part of the history of the state of Colorado and great part of the foundation. We still exist. We haven't gone away.
It's part of us. It's us. What can I say? It's us.